Welcome back, Business Besties. It's been a minute since I've done a solo episode and I've really missed you. Today is your reminder. Today is your reminder of how powerful you are. And we're going to be talking about how to become a magnet for millions because that is possible. I want you to drop into your heart right now and just check in. Do you think that is possible for you? Yes or no? What do you hear? By the end of our conversation, it's going to be a yes. Before I start, I want to thank you to Kelly for her amazing review. I'm going to read it. It means so much to me, Kelly, that you wrote this. And thank you for taking the time to do that. I'm dedicating this episode to you. Okay, this is for you. She says, referring to this podcast, The Business Savvy Therapist, she says, "This is my secret weapon for learning how to manage and build my group practice. Nicole gives very clear and direct advice and feedback regarding the exact steps based on her own personal experience. She offers tons of encouragement and positivity throughout. Thank you. Plus, her voice and manner of speaking is so engaging and makes listening and digesting her information so easy." Thank you, by the way. "This is really important for someone like me and actually really helps me to stay focused during episodes and retain information." And by the way, Kelly, I'm the exact same. Cadence and voice matter to me too. That's why I can't really listen to Audible half the time. And she says, "I'm already starting to keep some of her mantras in the back of my head. And my favorite is, quote, 'The best way to flush money down the toilet is doing your own Google ads.' Kelly, I'm so glad that you're listening." And then she says, "Love, Nicole. Thanks for giving so much high value. Please keep it going." Thank you for your positivity. And I was reflecting on the type of people, we're talking about energy today, that take a minute to leave. Like, what is a review? A review is you taking a minute to send people what? Positive energy, right? We're going to be talking about you are a walking Wi-Fi signal. And then there's a different type of person, isn't there, that leaves a negative review. And I want you to remember that, because if people say negative things on Google, and guess what? They probably will as you scale. We're going to talk about that a bit too. Just know that's the energy that they are emitting. And I promise you, that is the energy that they're getting back. You know, some of these reviews that I read about other people, and thank goodness I haven't gotten many, but people have opinions, obviously, about me. I think anybody, when you shine bright, they have opinions. And it makes me think, as I'm reading them, I'm just like, first, I have many thoughts. You want to hear them all? Okay, let's keep them between us though, okay? So one is, how do you treat your children? If you could be that rude about somebody that you don't know, I wonder how you parent. That's the thought that comes to my head. I wonder how you treat yourself. And then my last thought is, who raised you? That's like actually my first thought, like, who the heck raised you? So just know, and I'm going to give you some tips of how to handle people with opinions, because when you step into the light and you own your power and you're courageous enough to be seen and be heard and feel worthy enough to do that, you will threaten people. And I'm going to walk you through how to handle that. And the Kellys of the world, we need more of them that shine even brighter, just giving so much love. And I feel that, Kelly, and I'm giving you tenfold today in this episode. Ready? You are a tuning fork. You are the tuning fork. And I've talked about this in relation to your family, because you are, but also in terms of your group practice. You are constantly broadcasting energy, a signal out. And I want you to check in, because at the time of this recording, it's the summer slump. It's August. And so I'm wondering, like, what are you broadcasting when it's slow? Repeat after me. I want you to put your hand on your heart. I don't care where you are, even if you're on the bus, totally fine. You'll motivate people to connect with their body. And I want you to breathe in this mantra. I am the creator of my reality. I am the creator of my reality. But what have you been focusing on? What have you been fearing? And are you attracting more of that back to you? I'm going to walk you through a process that is so powerful for attracting millions, for attracting love, for attracting health, for attracting whatever you want. And it's this. Every single morning, what do you do to ground? Do you do something? Some of you are like, no, Nicole, I have young kids. Nothing is grounding about that. I'm a busy mess. And I have to say too, I know I give you a lot to do. So partly it's my fault because I feel like sometimes I'm telling you, here's 100 things to do to grow your group practice. Go do them and get results. That's very masculine, linear energy. And then I say, slow down, do nothing, very feminine energy. And so you're probably like, Nicole, I can't slow down because of the 500 things you gave me to do. So what I do, because the list will never get less long, at least for me, I retired. Oh my goodness. And then I started this other business to be your business bestie, which I love. And I probably work too much because I love it. And it's just who I am, right? Like I love when I'm in creation mode, and that's what the McCants method is. But every single morning, please, please, please try this even for 5 minutes. Start every day with a clear intention. First, we're going to connect your brain. Do you have a very clear intention of where you want to be with your revenue goal at the end of 2025? Do you? Pause me for a second and say it out loud. Now, I'm not just talking money-wise, but exactly where you want to be in terms of your brand, on the first page of Google, 10 therapists, whatever it is, and an operations manager. Like I want it so clear because did you know that your brain does not know the difference, my friend, between imagination and reality? So see it in your head. See that you're off every day by 3 weekends off. See that you don't pop into your office maybe until 10 or even less. Or even better, fast forward even more and see yourself, it's running without you. You're floating in your pool. You're at your cottage. You're flying first class again this year to Europe. You see, this is possible. I intentionally show you my life on Instagram because I am your mirror. Oh yeah, write that down. I am your mirror because we're not very different. We might look different. You might live in the States. I might live, in Canada, but we're a lot the same. I am your mirror. I promise you, if it is possible for me, it is not only possible for you, it is already done. Pause me. Just allow yourself to imagine in the moment, because if you're not going to have time, you're listening to this, so just pause me for a second and see the movie. And guess what? Your nervous system believes that it's real. It doesn't know that it's just in your imagination. And then you become potent and magnetic. But wait, there's more. So I want you to see it like very clear intention, and almost like you can write it like a movie. And the amazing Carly in my program, hi Carly, if you're listening, she literally created a movie that she watches a bunch of clips because she knows that it is coming, and watch it every day, almost like a trip that you're going on that you can't wait for. It's like that expectation that of course this is going to happen. And then we want you to feel an elevated emotion. That's the engine. Picture the brain is like the steering wheel. It's like we're going exactly here, but without any engine and gas, then you know where you're going, but you're really not getting there very fast at all. Feel it. Now, I and all the books and literature I'm reading for you to help you get there really talks about gratitude. I feel like that's the easiest for me, just to lean in and drop into how lucky we are. How lucky are we that we can live in a country that allows us to have a business? How lucky are we that we have a personality that actually says, okay, I believe that I can do this? How lucky are we that podcasts exist? That you could be wherever you are right now and receiving this information. This did not exist even as short as 15 years ago. And did you know, as you feel that elevated emotion, that potent appreciation and gratitude, or maybe it's love, your heart has an electromagnetic field that is 100 times more powerful than your brain, and can be measured up to 3 feet away from you. And I've told you in other podcasts, I'll be doing yoga with my eyes closed. I do the whole yoga with my eyes closed because I just want to be inward. And the person beside me, their eyes are closed. I have no idea what they look like. And at the end of our yoga practice, they'll turn to me. This has happened multiple times and say, "Oh my gosh, you have such good energy because I'm in it. I'm in this dimension. I'm in this vortex, this energetic." Well, now we know it's actual electromagnetic. So, of course, they feel it. But wait, maybe this is a superpower. What if you brought this to your doctor's lunch and learns when you're doing job interviews? What if you brought this energy as you were writing your job description? Because I believe even your website, anything that's posted online, your job description, that blog, that email, that social post has an energetic vibration. How are you feeling about it when you wrote it? They're going to feel it too. They're going to be attracted to you. And then when you have a clear intention with your brain and an elevated emotion with your heart, you are a Wi-Fi signal. And then you're bringing in the coincidences, the opportunities, and the synchronicities. And this is flow state. And this is where it really does, I wouldn't say easy, but has ease. Does that make sense? Building a big business is not easy, but you can feel there's so much ease. It's hard work and there's ease. If you can sustain this feeling, this intention for a large part of your day, you are magical. Literal miracles happen. I have not mastered that. I find that in the morning when it's quiet and it's just me, it's like my subconscious hasn't quite woken up yet. It's easy. I love it. I feel so good. I also do this before meeting with you at my live event. So I'm so grounded in my energy that I bring. But then life happens. And literally like a half an hour later, I'm very much in my beta brainwaves, planning, doing. And I know as you're growing, there's fires to put out and so much to do. And so it's not so easy to sustain, right? Because here's the bigger thing. In order for us to connect to our deep power, we need to calm our nervous system to unplug from the noise. Even your family, if you live with people who don't believe anything that I'm saying, or you were raised or just hang out with, it's going to be harder to disconnect from the noise. This is why I do it. It's hard to sustain all day, but could you do it first thing in the morning? Because if you do it first thing in the morning, you would calm your nervous system, and guess what happens? You have a higher threshold for all the things that are being thrown at you. And that's actually why I put together, I'm sure you've heard of this already, the money manifestation meditations for group practice owners. I'll throw it in the show notes for you. Take a look. It's a visualization because to see it, it ignites your nervous system believing it, right? We just talked about that. And then to feel it. And there's meditations on confidence, financial strain, gratitude, attracting wealth, all of the things. There's 10 of them. I'm going to be 45. Actually, probably by the time you hear this, I will be 45 and fabulous, might I add. And as I get older, it's so beautiful. By the way, the 40s are the best. I mean, honestly, every year was good for me. It's just the way that my brain works. Every year was good. 20s were good. 30s were good. 30s were busy. I had the twins. They were young. Now they're 9. 40s are freaking fabulous. So just wait, okay? Aging is amazing. But I've been pondering a lot just around how it's not always linear. Just know that it's already done, but we don't always know exactly how it's going to go. You might be bebopped around, like life throws curveballs, doesn't it? Oh yes, it does. I would just really come from a place of trust that, okay, this is all supposed to happen, even like the not so great stuff. I'll give you an example. Right now, my kids are in a 2-week camp. One was diagnosed a year ago with diabetes, type 1. It's supposed to be genetic. We don't know anybody who has it. Super healthy kid, eats only organic, and he got type 1 diabetes. Unfortunately, it's not going well there with the nurses and his medical devices on his body to supply him insulin. So we have to pull him out of camp. My one thought was, it's interesting, right? In any moment, we have a choice. Like, where do I want to go here in terms of my focus? I had a thought where I was like, oh my God, this isn't fair for him. Because of this, he can't enjoy like the other kids. But then I was also like, wait, okay, that's not serving me. Or what if Nicole, he's just supposed to be home? His brother's going to be at camp. He gets quality time at the cottage with mommy and daddy, and just really coming from a place of trust. What if even the stuff in your family you just came from, oh, wow, okay, that's not how I planned it at all. That makes me feel a little bit sad if I go down that route. But wait, like, what if it's all happening always? What if we're always exactly where we're supposed to be? And then our heart is always open, and then we're guided to the next step. I want to talk to you for a second about your focus. Your focus is your superpower. It is your superpower. What you're focusing on, what are you paying attention to? So when there is somebody who you feel judged by, or a negative person on your team, or somebody has an opinion about you, because they will, because you're stepping into the limelight to be seen and have a voice, right? So of course people are going to have opinions about that, mostly because you threaten them. Mostly because you remind them that they didn't take the leap, that they don't have the courage that you do. But I want you in those moments to know this. You're running a marathon. Don't you feel that? And you see the finish line. It's far away, but you see it. Eye on the prize, eye on the prize. The moment you look over behind you, guess who's running slower? With the moment you give them your power, you're impacted, not them. I love this analogy because there are moments even for me where I'm like, okay, wait, the moment I look over there, I'm the one that's running slower. Like, no thanks, bless and release. But also related to focus. I had a VIP dinner. I run VIP dinners now and then in Denver. It was amazing. And one of the people there, I love that she said this and I'm running with it. The key to success is grit and resilience, isn't it? Grit, discipline, doing the thing every day, even when you're tired, even when you don't want to, and you will win. But it's also resilience when you trip during the marathon, when you stop for water, when you need a nap, or when it doesn't go the way that you want, that, okay, I'm just going to get back up. It's going to be fine. There was a bunch of failures along my way. It was not perfect. It was not easy, but I got up every time, and I always will. Thank you to my mom that raised me as a single mom in a trailer park. I swear to God, that was my best lesson for grit. I want to leave you with this. Check in with your heart again. Does this feel possible for you? Because it all starts with you feeling that it's possible. I talked for a second is that your brain is the steering wheel and your heart is the engine and the gas. But if you don't think it's possible, you're not even getting in the car. You're just chilling on your couch, right? But do you feel that this is possible? I didn't for a long time. I didn't have any role models. I didn't have any books. My biggest goal in grade 10, when I finally started thinking a little bit about my future, my 15-year-old self's biggest goal was my very own trailer. Maybe I can save up for my very own trailer. That was my biggest goal. And then I moved to Toronto. I moved to Ottawa, then Toronto, got out of the trailer park. And guess what I did? I began to indoctrinate my brain with Anthony Robbins, Dr. Phil, back when he was good, all of those things. Oprah. P.S. My kids don't know who Oprah is. Isn't that terrifying? I know. It's crazy. They don't know who Oprah is. Indoctrinating my brain. And I remember being 24 and driving and listening to CDs. Oh yes, CDs. I had like a 5 CD changer in my car. Pretty cool, right? I know. And then one day I remember just driving and being like, oh my God, I actually think that if I work really hard, I could actually have this. And then everything opened up. It's like telling the universe, okay, I'm ready to co-create. And I, my friend, as your business bestie, is so ready to co-create with you too. And I'll see you next week.